And it is 7 o'clock, so I will call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is our minutes of last month's meeting. Do any of the commissioners have any corrections, additions to the minutes?
I do not.
All right, then I will make a motion to accept the meeting minutes as given. Do I have a second?
Second.
Rick. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Everyone has their treasurer's report for the month. Any questions on the treasurer's report?
Nope.
And I will make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Monthly bills presented. We did have at least 3 commissioners sign off on the bills. Do any of the commissioners have any questions?
Just the 2 corrections that were noted.
Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find my list. Then I will make a motion to pay vouchers 1 through 21 for a total of 20.
Becky, I got 26,798 and 32 cents.
26,798 and 32. Do I have a second?
Second.
Was that second?
Yep, it was Rick.
Okay, roll call. Becky,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Casey. Casey,
He's on mute.
he's on mute.
I can find him.
Yes.
Casey, yes. And Tony, are you here?
I have not seen him yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen him pop in either. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Give him 1 second. Tony, you with us now? Tony Mack? He's on.
Yeah, it shows it's connecting to audio.
Oh, does it? Okay.
When he does get on, can you reread him the number so he knows what he's approving?
Well, why don't you just proceed without him since he wasn't on the phone at the time?
Okay. I'll put him as absent. All set.
Commissioners report general. I just have 3 quick things. We did receive a thank you card from the Perkins for the donation in Sarah's name. I do have, and I don't know, Chief, if you've gotten this as well, but I received a sign-up form for the Fire 2021 Industry Rescue and EMS Expo in June at the On Center.
I do not believe I have received that.
Okay, then I will scan this in and I'll email it to you, or I'll bring it tomorrow night and I'll give it to you.
Okay.
And then lastly, just an update I got today on the Station 3 door repair. They are going to be there Thursday morning to start the repair. They're not sure if they can get it done in the 1 day or they might have to come back Friday, so we'll see how long it takes them. But they're putting in a different system. They're going to put in they're calling a trolley system. So hopefully that will take care of any future issues that we might have.
Is that Becky or just that biggest door?
I think it's an issue with all three. When the people that did the doors, they originally wanted to put in the trolley system, and were told not to. So it's kind of a separate issue. But they said that from the beginning, it wasn't the right system. Regardless, the middle big door or the two side ones, it's just the weight of the doors and the way that they should be working. If the system that they have in place isn't the right one.
Right, okay. Well, I know they've been there to replace that far door to repair that too, so I just wanted to make sure it was all of them and not just the middle one.
Yep.
Okay.
Administration, all employee reviews have been done. I do still have to make a couple of quick adjustments to the job descriptions and get those out to the individuals for the things that need to be changed. And other than that, I don't have anything else for administration unless Chris, you do?
Nope, I was just gonna say the last employee review has been completed.
Alrighty. Financial, I don't have any updates for financials unless Rick, you have something?
No, I don't.
Tony Mack, truck maintenance?
I got a lot. Wait. Okay, you can hear me, everybody? Okay. So, I can start with RTPs to go over them if that's okay. RTP 1835 to Jerome Fire for a door handle repair. I don't have 100% concrete numbers on these, but I wanted to get them on record. I've had a lot going on the last couple of weeks. The 1836 RTP 1836 was for the seatbelt sensors in engine 7. They both needed to be replaced. That's not, well, quite frankly, everything on engine 7 is not under warranty anymore. Okay, RTP 1837 for engine 1. Engine 1 was sent to Jerome's for a pulling issue and some water leakage inside the cab and a fuel gauge issue. They found the tires on engine 1 were down below 100 PSI, which contributed to the pulling. But also, I sent the truck over to Rudy Smith's body shop for an alignment. So, quite frankly, it's not back yet. The fuel issue, the sending unit on the fuel tank is bad, and it had to be ordered in. We couldn't find a real solid source on the water issue, so I had them do some, what I would say, make sure all the seals are all good all the way around the cab, all the lights, and etc. I don't have a number to tie to that yet, unfortunately, as well. 1838, I authorized to have an oil change PM on Chief Belzak's vehicle, and I'd like to assign RTP 1839, everybody. It's going to be for the annual PM for our big trucks. All right. It's for engine 1, engine 5, engine 7, truck 1, ladder 2, the tanker, and rescue 6. Obviously, I've left off ladder 3, and I'll cover that down under old business. Ladder 2 is going to be completed last if we need to do that. Squad 2, the accident, the damage has been repaired with the exception of adding the stripe. I don't have that's obviously covered under insurance. Do we need to assign an RTP to that, or how's that done? I don't know that answer.
No, you don't need an RTP because the insurance would pay for that.
Okay. Once we're going to start probably vehicle maintenance for the year, the normal everyday vehicle maintenance. That'll be started in March. Okay. and I'll schedule them. Chief D, they're going to be scheduled. Typically, we do one big truck a week. I always notify everybody before I take it. Part of our contract with the maintenance facility is they come pick things up for PMs. They don't pick things up for, repairs. But long story short, a typical engine PM, Chief D, an engine PM's a day, maybe a day and a half. A truck and a ladder PM's typically 2 to 3 days. I will notify everybody when it's being picked up, Chief, and then it's up to you and your staff to remove whatever equipment you don't want to go be tied up for 2 days, meaning, I don't know, thermal cameras or whatever. But it's usually communicated pretty well. Once in a while, I make a mistake, but overall, the captains aren't hollering at me too much. That's a mouthful. Is any questions for me?
Yes, I have one for you, Tony. When can I have my vehicle inspected?
Oh, okay. Is yours due?
It's been due since November.
Okay. The way Chiefs cars work, okay, for all the Chiefs and moving forward, you guys are responsible to schedule your PMs on your truck and New York State inspections. All I would ask you is simple, a quick text or an email. Hey, Tony, I got to get my truck inspected. What I do is I CC Megan and ask her to assign an RTV for us. And then typically we use either Phelps or we use Nobles or we use Hudson and Mowens or even, the other fourth plate. Anywhere that's convenient for you within the village or our district, just notify a little bit, but it's up to you. What you give them my number, they do a quick oil change, they do an inspection. If they find something during the inspection outside of the norm, you got to get a hold of me, like for example, brakes, a wiper motor. Just get back to me, and then I contact our and the extra whatever money. So and that goes for all of your chiefs, Chief. So that's the MO. That's what we do.
Okay, so nothing's changed from before. So I see where you come from.
You got it.
One other thing for you. We had to call Chris today at CVS. My light bar has an issue that is draining my battery and leaving one light on continuously. So I'm taking it over to his house tomorrow in the morning to have him look at it. He'll probably keep it for a day or two.
Yeah, and just folks, his house is his shop. His shop is his house. Just so
right.
That there shouldn't be a charge for that because that's his install and it's only been less than a year. So, but if there's any, have him call me with any financial thing, please, and then
we'll do.
Okay,
thank you.
And I actually have one more thing written down. The Chiefs commissioners have done what I asked them to do, and Ravis asked them to do regarding driving a couple months through some snow. And the report that's come back to us is it's dicey with the tires, and I'm using that word loosely. Based off the trial, they've done what I've asked them to do. I'd like to move forward with the purchase of tires and rims. The one thing I know, Wayne on here?
He's here.
Okay, can Wayne, do you have, I know you did the research on this for us. Do you still have that data?
Yes, he does. He's looking it up.
Becky, let him look that up and let's come back to that under old business if we can. Because I think if the numbers are still concrete, I'd like to suggest that we do that transaction if we can.
If the numbers are still accurate, which I don't know what the date on here is because I don't know. Oh, it says 90/28/30. I don't know what that means. All right, so these were from November. So 4 months ago, probably not the same pricing, but at the time it was $4,796.
Chief, can you guys safely, if we updated our pricing, can you hold off for 2 weeks at the next meeting and then we'll get them approved? I just want to double check our pricing. Will that be okay with you guys?
Absolutely.
Then there, we'll just wait. Wayne, do you mind updating that for us?
Yes, he's gonna get
Basically,
updated
he's-
pricing.
Thank you. Then my report's complete.
Hey, Tony, did you see the email from Jeff Belzick earlier tonight about his radio?
In fact, what I told him to do, I called Corey from United Radio this afternoon, and he's got an appointment to bring it in to have it looked at on Thursday, dropping it off Wednesday night. And then Corey's going to call me with whatever financial deal it is, and I'll get a hold of you guys. But yes, it's already been addressed.
Okay,
That
thanks.
type of issue is a United Radio deal. And honestly, I prefer Corey to work on them. He's really, really good with it.
Okay.
Been addressed.
Just so you guys know, he does currently have a mobile radio, so he's not without.
My report's complete.
Okay. Up next, building and grounds, Jeff.
Yes, if everybody got their estimate from Schutz to do the UV system and the bell tank, seems to be working now. We haven't had an issue with it, so I don't know if you want to hold off, wait, do it now. It's up to you. It's up to you guys. I think the total cost would be $4,851.90.
Jeffrey, I have a question for you, bud.
Yeah.
Explain to me, and I don't know if I'm supposed to know this or not, but what is the UV system?
It's because they're on a well out there. They have to have the UV is to do the bacteria, whatever's in them, because they have a kitchen, a commercial kitchen there. They serve food. They have a food permit. I believe that's why they have to have it. Jack would probably know more about it, but I believe because they do serve food out of that kitchen, they have to have that.
Well, my question to you is,
because they're on a well, so they have to have the system to do the, treat the water.
I get that you say it's working fine now, but is it, do you feel it'll take what's the word? Do you think it's going to be a problem, a chance of a problem in a week or not? Or are we good
you'll know what our luck, Tony. It'll happen on a Sunday morning during a pancake breakfast or something like that. Because if there's a problem with that unit, there is an electric valve on that water system. And what it does, it shuts the water off so no water can get through. That's a safety feature on that. So if there's an issue with it, it shuts the water off to the whole building.
Touche, that's my point.
Yes. So I know you're not going to have a pancake. I know you're not having fundraisers there yet, but
Well, if we're doing the UV system, didn't they also suggest that we replace that tank because of the age? And Jack was saying they thought it was the original tank.
I looked at it. It is pretty rusty. Jack thought it was the original one. So I guess at this point, you don't know. You could 2 months from now, it could start leaking. Who knows?
No, but that's an infrastructure thing that we got to stay up on and better plan for as far as replacements and stuff.
You might be better off doing it now before later, and when it does break.
Right. I wasn't saying to hold off on it. I was just saying that's our fault for not having a better infrastructure plan on replacement. Becky, do you think we can do it out of operating budget, or do we need to do it out of repair and reserve? Because it's probably going to be $4,800 between the two.
We should be okay out of the building fund, the building repair, out of the operating.
Okay.
The price Jeff gave was tank and the UV system?
They were two separate quotes.
Yes.
Okay.
Confirm the total amount, Jeffrey.
It's like 48.52. It was 16.75 for the tank and 31.77 for the UV system.
All right, I would like Becky to make a motion to go ahead and fix the system as it needs to be completely for the 48.52. I'll put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Somebody's got to turn their TV off.
I think it's Casey. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Jeff, do you have anything else?
The other thing is, me and Wayne been working on getting the dumpster filled up at the old stores. It's about half full of broken equipment, broken stuff. Got 2 more weeks, and then it's got to be, because they give you 28 days to without any extra charge. So, but I think pretty much it's full unless Wayne has more on to throw on it or not. So, but that part's almost done.
Can we ask the 2 fire companies if they need to get rid of anything?
I did touch base with Chief Natoli if the Lysander had anything, if they had anything out there they wanted to throw in there, and I have not heard yay or nay on that. Beeville, our company's pretty cleaned out of stuff, so.
We pay the same price whether it's half full or full, Jeff?
It's a $500, but if it goes over a certain tonnage, they charge you more. But I don't think we're over that anyway. It's over two ton, I think it was, or something like that. I forgot what he told me.
Okay.
Unless Wayne has got more I haven't thought of. I don't know if Wayne wants to speak on it.
A few items here and there, but not a whole lot. Unless you have something else.
Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, I'll say thank you both for your effort, because I know that the 2 of you have spent a lot of time going through and sorting and getting rid of, making the good piles, the bad piles, the broken equipment piles. So thank you. The district appreciates it. District purchasing agent.
All right. I have the 2 from the district workshop. One is the nameplates for the chiefs and line officers. And then the second one is the cabinets for the workbench at Station 3. Those were a total of $484.98. And then I have the RTP for the supplies that we need for the 2 storage closets at Station 3 for a total of $600 on that. And the RTP 1969 is the dust mop that they requested for Station 3 for cleaning the floors, and 10 no parking signs for those spots up in front of Station 3, where we've had issues so far with non-members parking there. And then needed a salt spreader for Station 1.
Hey, Wayne, sorry.
Go ahead.
A question on that salt spreader. Why are we buying another? Because we just last December approved a salt spreader for Lysander Station 1 and Baldwinsville Station 1. RTP was $17.15. So why are we buying another a year later?
Well, the one that's at Station 1, the bottom spinner is not working on the spreader that's over there.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to bring those up, everything up separately, or if you want to approve them all at once.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve and purchase RTP 1966, 1967, 1968, 1969 for a total of $2319.96.
I will second that. Megan, you are on mute.
Sorry, I can't hear Becky.
Can you do a roll call for that, please?
Yeah. Becky,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
I guess Chris, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. I have RTP 1830 for Alpine Software for 2 new kiosks for the Red NMX system. And I have RTP 1831 to Doyle Security for the door upgrades or the door panel upgrades and the new software with the conversion. Discuss those at the workshop. There is a reduction on the Doyle system due to the issues we had at Station 1 and Station 2 where they replaced some panels under contract. So the new total is $4,950.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
I don't.
Chris, you might as well do the other one as well. You might as well do them all at once.
Which, are you talking about the rebranding?
1970, the
thermometers.
Oh, I didn't see that one on the list. 19, where was that one?
Right underneath.
The panel upgrade.
Okay, yep, sorry. RTP 1970 for 5 thermometers, for 1 for each station. The 5th one will be an extra just in case, or when we possibly open Station 5 back up again. For a total of $123.45.
All right, so I will make a motion to pay RTP 1830, 1831, and 1970 for a total of $10,313.45. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Becky,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
All right. Under 20. So, security and computers.
Okay, let's see. Advanced IT is starting the migration to the new equipment this week. We worked with, or I had them talk with ITS regarding the phone system to get that to transfer over correctly. So everything should be pretty good. We may have a couple little outages where the phone, printer, or something might not work, but I'll let you guys know, or I'll let everybody know if that's going to happen. Northwestfd.org email domain is now live. Megan's is the only one active right now. We'll roll them in as new computers with the Microsoft 365 come in place. I had on here the 365 plan, but I'm gonna knock that one off for right now. Like I said, it'll roll in as we have new computers coming in.
Okay. If you've got nothing else, then we'll move on to safety. Hopper.
Yeah. And a couple of comments is we expect to keep the COVID-19 policies for our safety plans in effect. I know there's a lot of talk going on, but things are getting better, and they are all over the country, especially in our areas. But the variant issue is still out there, and who knows what we're going to pick up from a surge from, if there's anything from the football game the other day. Otherwise, we just can't get complacent. Bottom line, we got to keep an eye on the ball and make sure that people are protected and doing the right things. Opportunity one of our captains had the other day. I try to, coach people whenever I can. I came into the station, didn't have my mask on, and the captain immediately stopped me and said, "Where is your mask?" So I'm very embarrassed, and I don't normally let things slide, and I wasn't testing him, but he did the right thing. So I give them a lot of credit for that, and I hope they continue to do that. Our upcoming safety committee meeting is right now scheduled for March 15th at 1900 at Station 1. We'll have less than 15 members, so I'd rather try to meet in person, keep the numbers down, and that includes all the members, and then usually a chief or a captain or someone wants to come in and visit. And if they have issues, it's a good place to get everybody's attention. That's all I really have. I think, again, just be complacent, or don't be complacent, stay sharp, and we'll beat this thing eventually. Thanks.
Chief D.
Yes, how you doing? Couple of things. One, we've had a good January. We had a couple of good fires. Please don't take that the wrong way. Those of you that don't know, when we say it's a good fire, meaning that no one was hurt. Everything went well. I know that we're being recorded, and sometimes people hear things and they mistake it for being us enjoying ourselves doing our job, which we do, but not in the same sense as you would if we were at a party. So we did have a very tiring fire that did tax us, but we were able to get through it with no issues. Some of the other things that we had, I believe, a total, and I have to congratulate Megan and also Assistant Chief O'Kelly for working together to do a manpower analysis, and I believe that's being shared with the commissioners, or at least I hope it is, and if it's not, please do, on the calls that we did have. And it was broken down very well, which is one of the requests I have made of my chiefs, and that being O'Kelly, to have this done on a monthly basis. Right now, we're still looking at, or we will be seeing 2 different counts until we can move forward with the Northwest Fire District with 911. And the 2 counts, I believe, were 55 total calls, 53 from Baldwinsville and 12 from Lysander. And if that's incorrect, I'm sure Megan will correct it, which I appreciate. So moving forward on that, I did meet at the monthly meeting with Lysander to give them firsthand opportunity to speak to myself and to Chief Natoli. And there was a 2-hour session for the entire meeting, and I believe that we put across a positive message, and hopefully we can move forward in a positive note. More to come on that. We do intend to meet with them on a monthly basis. At least one of us will be present at our monthly meetings to answer questions that they may have. Also, Commissioner Curry was there as well. Wanted to let you know that of our members, 31 of our members have received at least their first COVID vaccine. Of those, 14 have completed, meaning they've gotten their second one as well. We have 17 pending, and of those 31, 9 were EMS personnel, which are essential and are the ones that will be going in to treat a patient. So them having completed or being in the process of completing is paramount to us. There are 2 members in our organization who will indicate to us that they will not be receiving any vaccine, and that's their decision to make. Also want to add back onto the call that Megan has been doing. She has also done station by station response to the 4 stations to give totals of the members that were present as well as the equipment that was used, which is something else that should be shared with the commissioners as well. And I am going to dissect that a little bit more because I want to have a little bit more information that I can share, but just with the commissioners. I do have, and I did give to, after a conversation with our purchasing agent, I gave him a couple of things that need to be purchased, and they're minor, so it probably hasn't come to you yet, but it will, or he may be able to take care of it. After we had our conversation, he believes he may be able to take care of it, or may already have the items that were requested. So that's why I'm not bringing them up right now. I did get an invoice, as was brought up at the workshop, from one of our members through Chief Natoli. He has informed me that he had signed for the individual to take the class. And since he had signed for it, that tells me he had approval to take the class, at least the one from Baldwinsville. And I will get this to our treasurer, your treasurer, and she can deal with it as she sees fit. Also, if our treasurer is on, does she normally listen in on this? Joanne, if you're there.
She's there, Tony. She can hear you.
Okay. Joanne, the invoice that I'm going to get to you is from TLC, which is where the course is being held or being sponsored through. It's $450. I will get you what was sent to us so that you can act on it once permission has been given by the commissioners. But it is approved by me only because of the fact we were told ahead of time that the individual was taking this, and Chief Natoli, being our training officer, had signed permission for the individual to take the course. So I will get that to you. I will also get to you a receipt for a standby that we did on Saturday during the funeral for Past Deputy Chief Reef for a total of $43. But I will get that in an envelope into the box that Megan picks up from, unless you want me to hand deliver it to you.
Oh, that's fine. Lockbox will be fine.
Okay. So right now you're gonna have 2 things coming from me, one $150 and $43 receipt for the standby.
Okay.
And thank you for your guidance in helping me do this.
No problem.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I have one.
Okay.
I have been trying to find someone to let the appraisal company in to look at the squad that was involved in the accident. And so far, they want me to do this, and I don't want to traipse into Baldwinsville just to let them into a building to look at a truck. Now, they said they have left a couple of voicemails on your cell phone, Tony. So if you could find someone to respond to them and let them in wherever this truck is housed so they can get it appraised, I'd appreciate it.
Where are they calling from? And because
it's TTA and they're part of our insurance company.
I have not gotten any voicemail from anybody from that organization.
Well, they said they left you a voicemail.
Well, they may have left
the email to you that they left me.
Okay.
And then you can proceed from there.
I'm going to chime in here. That's quite frankly not Chief D's deal. I'm the one that made the arrangements with Ken's Collision. I'm the one that, Tony, I appreciate his help, but they should have had my number. But more importantly, Joanne, it is done. It's at Station 2. So whatever we got to do to get somebody in there to prove it, by all means, whatever we got to do.
All we need to do is have someone to make an appointment with them to let them in the building so they can appraise it, so we can finish this up, so we can get off the Kent's Collision to be repaired.
Chief, if you're around.
I live right around the corner. If you want to give me the contact information.
All right, I'll forward the email to you, Chris.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, if you have nothing else, we'll move on to nominations and resignations. We have one resignation from Casey Ravis, which congratulations to him for moving on to a permanent position with the Syracuse Fire Department. And that is the only change that we have. So I will move on to old business. First up is the rebranding discussion on the graphics for, I'm assuming this is the trucks.
Yep. Did everyone get a chance to take a look at the sheet I sent over to you guys? All right.
I did.
Yes.
So I sent over earlier a comparison from the two. I sent the quote out to 3 different vendors that I got contacts for. I tried 2 other ones that didn't respond. Pilot Designs gave us or decided to no quote. They don't want to come on site and they're all the way out in Waterloo, so it wouldn't make sense. So Bob Signs and A&M Graphics quoted this. I had them do it in 3 different tiers, gold leaf, reflective, and then just a standard vinyl. A&M came in the cheapest. For the quotes, everything is 3M grade vinyl. They will do application on site. They can start in 2 weeks, and they're planning 2 days to do removal and application. And when the gold leaf that they quoted is actual gold leaf versus Bob Signs that quoted an imitation gold leaf. Bob Signs, for some reason, did not quote the rescue. I did reach out and I haven't heard back. So in this comparison, I gave, with Rescue 6 and without Rescue 6. So as you can see, A&M came in the cheapest. If we did Bob's, they have to be brought to their site and they can do 2 trucks a day. But A&M came in the cheapest. So gold leaf would be $6,670. A reflective vinyl would be $4,365. And then a standard vinyl, it came in at $3,670. With that, the additions from the previous quote would be to add the numbering and the lettering. Putting the Northwest Fire District on the front door removes the apparatus number from most vehicles, so that had to be replaced, and it will be identical to Rescue 6. Obviously, each vehicle has a little bit different body style, so a little adjustment per one. And same thing, bump to match Rescue 6. That way we have identical vehicles like we're talking about. So bumper and then the rear, as well as the bumper in the rear. It removes all the Baldwinsville logos, letters, as well as the Lysander logos and letters. And we add the Baldwinsville patch and the Lysander patch both in front and beside or behind the unit numbering, just like it is on Rescue 6.
I want to chime in if I may. The fact that our fire trucks are on the road, to use standard vinyl with no reflective is a safety issue with me. So that needs to be ruled out, in my opinion. Safety goes away, or the standard should go away. The trucks need to have reflective stuff. That's a big deal to me. And it's not a huge financial difference in the end. It looks like it's about $500 different. So that's my opinion. That's the first point I'll make on that. And the last thing that I'll make is when we started talking about this with Rescue 6, I was pretty adamant that I didn't want to spend money that we spent when we had this design. And I'm still struggling with it, but a little bit, but to stay in uniformity in what I would say is stay with the mission and on track of moving forward. There's the difference of $500 over the whole project. I guess at this point I have a change of heart. I'd like to see us move forward with the rebranding. I'd like to approve it tonight. And I'd suggest, without cutting anybody's legs off here, to go with the A&M with the reflective for the total number of.
So Tony, before not to just cut you off, but obviously with Rescue 6 being gold leaf, we're going to want to stick with that for the renumbering of that one.
Yep.
So I put on there on the bottom, the $4,455 is all the vehicles in reflective, and then the numbers replaced in gold leaf.
Okay, that helps me a little bit. That's a number I personally would like us to see go, but I don't want to do a motion until everybody's had an opportunity to cast their opinion. But that's where I'm leaning as an individual.
And Chief D, just so you know, this does reflect the new numbering scheme that was presented by Deputy Chief DeGregorio.
Right, which we appreciate, because right now we've been told by 911 they can't move forward until you get this approved, and then we can move forward. So we're waiting on this to happen so that we can start getting towards perhaps March 1st being a date that we can go northwest on all vehicles, as well as calling out the same. So thank you.
Well, if no one else has any comments, I'd like to make a motion to move forward with A&M Graphics reflective vinyl with each vehicle, except the Rescue 6 change to Rescue 3 with gold leaf for a total of $4,455.
Do we have a second?
I'd be willing. Yeah, I would do that. Yes, I'll second it, Becky.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. The AFD 2020 submission to FEMA?
Yep, so it is submitted to FEMA. I have to do the final sign off online, and then everything should be set. I just wanted to, while that's up, where is it? Just one thing I wanted to note to everybody from the narrative of the grant with the information that was collected. Just something to note. Last year in 2020, our members spent over 15,000 hours answering calls and alarms. And if we were a paid department, this saves about $380,000 from the taxpayers due to being volunteer. Just thought that's something key to note. It was a lot larger number than I expected.
I'm sorry, guys, we had to back up 1 second. I apologize. The funds for the rebranding of the trucks, is it your intention to still have that come out of either the truck fund or the repair and reserve fund? And if so, then we're going to have to do a permissive resolution to take the money out. So we're not gonna be able to do this for at least 30 days.
Is there a, didn't I read an email, Becky, that there was another option? I can't remember what I read. I didn't want to do that. We will if we have to, but I didn't want, wasn't there a different way that I remember reading somewhere?
You can take it out of the operating budget if you want to take it out of a line item, but pick a line item.
We didn't already do the permissive referendum last month, Becky?
We didn't because we didn't have a total.
Okay.
Just go back to that. Just put that on pause and go back to that.
Then safer update.
So we are not going to be able to move forward with submitting a grant for safer for this year. I wasn't aware that we have to have a full marketing campaign in order to submit for the station sign. And we will not have enough time to have that developed before the grant is due. So if we want to submit for a full signboard, that's going to have to be for next year.
What about the Plime event? Does that fall under this grant stuff? Where are we at with the Plime event?
So it is on order. Air cleaning systems let me know it's going to be about 2 months before they're going to get all the stuff in, all the materials. As you can imagine, a lot of departments across the country have been ordering that after the AFG was awarded. However, we do have the money is available until August of 2021. But if for any reason we need an extension, it's easy to send a notification or request an extension from FEMA. Once we get closer, I will work with Chief D to make sure we can have apparatus moved around for what they need to install it.
The last meeting, we said that we would re-look at how everything is going with COVID and whether or not we want to make any adjustments to the how we are doing the stations as far as number of people, as far as opening them back up. Do you guys want to have that discussion?
Yes. I would like to open our stations back up to our members for normal business, still close to the public like the towns are.
I think you need to add the caveat though, Tony, that they still need to wear their masks
Of course,
full time
yes.
in the building, and they
Yep.
need to maintain social distancing.
Yes,
But
of course.
I
Yes.
agree. I don't have a problem opening up fully to the membership again.
I agree also.
Okay. End of the year funds. We need to take that and move that into, the remaining funds for 2020 need to be moved into one of the project accounts. And the discussion was putting the 30,000 into the building fund and the remainder 40 into the truck fund. Is that still what we would like to do?
I think I would strongly recommend that, yes.
That's what I was in
Yes.
favor for.
I'm in agreement.
Yep.
Joanne, I will, can you make sure that that gets done? The 30,000 into the building and the remainder into the truck fund?
Hey, Becky, this is Brad. Just one quick comment. If you were looking for the money for the reflective stickers, rather than having to wait the 30 days on permissive, just use the money from last year since you brought it up last year anyway.
Okay, I
That'll
wasn't
work.
sure if we
I'm
could do
good.
that without moving it first.
You could, it's still a
Okay.
last year project, so yeah.
Okay,
And then it doesn't have to go into reserve and you can use it like cash on hand.
okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so Joanne, I will send you a breakdown tomorrow so we know exactly what's going in which account and what's can be put into operating or left in operating. And I think that was it for old business, unless somebody has anything else.
Tony, are you bringing up the ladder?
I got some great old business. I sold ladder 2 or ladder 3, pending your approval. I have a formal offer that I sent the commissioners. The fire company out of Missouri is offering us $140,000. I was asking $150. They're offering $140. They've given me a deposit of $5,000. So they've sent a formal letter to the district stating they're offering $140. We have $5,000 deposit now. They're willing to send a check for an additional $135,000. Signed, sealed, delivered. The only caveat is they need a couple weeks till the weather breaks to basically have it shipped. We're doing the negotiatings with having it shipped, but they're paying for it, meaning Casey and I. But if you guys are willing to accept an offer of $140,000 for ladder 3, it could be a done deal tonight if you guys will vote on that and agree to it. Now, remember, we do have to pay a fee to Brindley Mountain, but without Brindley Mountain, we would not have sold the truck, period.
Has the district put this out to mandatory referendum yet?
Yeah, it was done back in like 2018.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's been on the sale for a while.
It's taken Tony a little while to make the sale there.
It certainly has. This company flew in 2 guys from Missouri, honestly, on Saturday. I picked them up at the airport at noon, brought them over. Wayne Wazalewski and Station 3 guys, thanks so much on behalf of the citizens to help me. Looked through the truck, drove the truck, flew the ladder, and then I had them back on their airplane by 4 o'clock with a check in hand. So they meant business. Here's our opportunity. I'm not comfortable going back and saying we need more. It's time to sell the truck.
Without question. I'll make a motion to approve the $140,000 offer.
I'll second that.
Megan, can you do roll call just due to the value?
Becky,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
Yay, it's sold.
It is sold.
Looks like we got to have a detail to strip it.
Yep. You got to be very clear, Chief D, with your captain over there. All of the hose, with the exception of the high-rise pack, goes with the truck. Okay. The ladders go with the truck. The nozzles stay with you. And all the miscellaneous equipment comes off. If there's any questions, please let me know. The spanner wrenches, anything bolted to the side, that goes with the truck.
Okay, you'll be present when this all takes place, correct?
Can be.
Copy that, because it's at station 1 right now while our door is being repaired at station 3.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. Yes, by all means, I'll be involved in that. But it's very specific. So I'm really happy. Wayne, thanks a bunch. I can't say that enough. Chief, make sure you let your guys know. They detailed the thing for us. It made a huge difference. I appreciate it. The district appreciates it.
All right, I'm glad they were able to help you. Just see if you can give us a date when you want this all done, and we'll take care of it.
I will let you know. Casey and I got work to do with Big Red Towing. We're basically waiting for the weather to break because quite honestly, I had offered to drive that halfway for them, but they just as soon said they'd have it shipped. So they're going to pay the $5,000 or $6,000 to have it shipped.
Oh, okay.
And Mr. Wizard, did you sell ladder 2? That would be really impressive.
That is impressive. I've showed it. I'm drawing a blank. I lost the days. A couple days ago, Friday, and believe it or not, I got somebody else that just reached out to me from Colorado. Let me tell you, if we can sell that thing, you better have your fingers crossed. But I'm working on it. Nothing concrete yet.
Okay, thanks.
Doing my best. Yep.
All right. Anybody have any other old business?
Hey, Becky.
Yeah.
It's Sean. I was under the safety. I had a bullet under the safety, but I'll just bring it up under old business or unfinished business. Just a quick update on the N95s. We got a good number of people tested and fitted to the masks that we have. I have about 7 or 8 more on deck to get completed. We have a couple members that have not responded to any of the training. So I'll get with District Safety Officer Hopper and Chief Natoli about that so they can be spoken to. But people are starting to get all the stuff done and being able to be fitted for the N95s that we have.
Good. Thank you. All right. If no other old business, we'll move on to new business. First up is resolution 2123. Resolution to surplus equipment. So this is the equipment that Jeff and Wayne have been sorting through and putting into the, good piles, the dumpster pile. So this is kind of all the equipment that's either unusable or broken that we're going to be surplusing. And there's a lot of it. So I have a specific list that I will read off. So bear with me. Resolution 2123, whereas pursuant to section 17623 of the town law, the Northwest Fire District located in the towns of Lysander and Van Buren, Onondaga County, state of New York, does hereby declare that it has multiple equipment that is no longer necessary for the use and purpose of the Northwest Fire District. It does hereby declare the following items of equipment, apparatus, or personal equipment is no longer necessary for the use and purpose of the Northwest Fire District, and the estimated value is less than $20,000. Surplusing equipment, 10 HP generator, air cart with hose, 8 airbags, 4 monitor bases, 800 5-inch IDH, 400 feet of 4-inch IDH, 600 feet, LDH, sorry, LDH, 600 feet of 1 3/4 inch, 400 feet of 2-inch to 2.5 inch, 5 2-inch hard suctions, 4 3-inch hard suctions, 2 4-inch hard suctions, 2 porta ponds, 4 light bars, 4 assorted struts and accessories, 10 box flashlights, 6 Circle D floodlights, Hurst hydraulic equipment, 4 spreaders, 3 cutters, 5 rams, 3 power reels, 3 power supplies, assortment of accessories and hoses, 3 large fans, 1 snow thrower, 1 generic generator, 20 fire helmets, 12 pairs of rubber boots, and 20 mixed assortment of 98 to 2004 turnout gear.
Becky,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Mondays for members only.
Tony,
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
All right.
Becky, is this all going on the auction site? Is that how it's getting disposed of, or do we have to discuss that?
No, most of this is dumpster stuff.
Oh, okay.
Any of the stuff that's sellable will go on the auction site, but a lot of it is just junk.
Okay.
But like the Hearst tools, all that'll be put on the auction site, and any of the generators we can try and sell them, but none of them are working. So It'll be a kind of mix of what's going to be going on the auction site and what's going to go in the dumpster.
Okay.
Next up is pest control.
Yeah, I threw that on there. I think we need to start looking into finding a vendor for a pest control. The other day, there was a mouse running around at New Station 3 already, as well as I'm pretty sure we all know that Station 1 has horrible problems with spiders. It's just Station 1's a Red Cross emergency shelter, and I believe Lysander Station 1 is also. It's just something we really need to look into.
Mouse at Station 3 hitched a ride on the freezer.
Do we want to ask Jeff to do that?
Sure.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, let's see what we're looking at, and depending on cost, we may have to just budget it to start next year or see what the numbers come back to.
Transitioning to new internet providers and changing plans.
Okay, so I think I found our money for the pest control. So I'd like to transition away from the system we have in place now, the ridiculously slow system that doesn't work quite often. Currently, we pay about $2,250 a month, $27,000 a year for internet and phones. The proposal I have written up is $1,400 a month, $16,000 annual. So it's a savings about $900 a month, $10,200 a year. A couple months back, I mentioned how Spectrum was giving us a lot of trouble about ending the contract. With Advanced IT, they got it down to we have to pay 1 month's phone or 1 month's bill, which is actually not the full 2,250. It's 1,712. And the plan would be to switch to Verizon Fios with Station 1 and Station 2. We already have Verizon Fios at Station 3. Station 4 only has Spectrum service, but it would be a different plan with them. With the Fios at Station 1 and Station 2, Verizon will refund us up to $1,500 per station for cancellation fees from Spectrum. So it's actually no money out of our pocket. And then with Station 5, I'd like to remove all services at this point. There's not even a computer up there at the moment, and obviously it's closed. We can add something back if or when it opens back up. And with that, the next item I have on here is the phone system. That would be that's included in that that cost. So it's a different phone system that would be hosted through Advanced IT, and there would be a reduction of phones. Obviously, we all know we don't use as many phones as we have. Several of the phones we do have we're paying for, but they're unplugged and just put in the corner. So this would be a large reduction of that. So just like anybody's thoughts on it, and permission to move ahead with it.
I agree with you on Station 5. It's crazy to pay all those expenses when there's nothing there at the moment. Do you have any detail on the phone system that you're proposing to go to, as far as where phones are going to be and who's having phones and that type of thing? I mean,
yep, it's not concrete. We can change some around, add 1 or 2 for very little cost. But do you want me to read the list of what phones will be where?
I'm just looking for an idea. How many phones are you getting rid of? Is there going to be like 2 or 3 phones at each station, or not even that? Or
So there's a minimum of 2 phone, or station 2 is the only one with 2 phones. The other stations do have more than that. But it would be a reduction of 12 phones, or sorry, 8 phones.
Okay. And obviously everything is compatible. You've talked to the IT provider and the phone system and the FiOS, and all that's going to work together without a problem?
It will work together without a problem. They are going to get me a cost on any hardware we need. They believe they can use several of the phones we have now. I can bring back any costs that it may have. If costs are too much, we can still continue on with the phone system we have with ITS for the same cost as we're currently paying for ITS, which is only $200 more than the proposal I gave you.
Any other questions or thoughts for Chris? All right, Chris, you're off the hook. And with that, unless somebody has any other new business, that will conclude the meeting.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
With us losing ladder 3, is there any thought as to what will be replacing it and when, perhaps?
Well, that would be the question of the day, Tony.
Yes, it
There's
would.
lots of discussion that's been had, and any of the other commissioners can kind of chime in, and maybe something we can talk about offline between the commissioners and the chief, because there's a couple of moving parts that I don't know if you're aware of based on what transpired last year and what was asked for as far as equipment goes. So maybe it's a discussion we can maybe have tomorrow night when we're together.
Yeah, I think, Tony, it's not that it's a loaded question. It's much bigger than what's obvious. With that being said, this money goes into the truck fund, obviously. And if ladder 2 sells, it goes into the truck fund. What we've got to do, and I'm speaking for myself, okay? I don't want to speak for 4 other people, but we have definitely got to have a better plan on the needs versus the wants. So, I'll throw this out there. There is an immediate need. Believe me, I know, for a fire engine, but I also know there's an immediate need for a boat. You have 9 miles of water, and you protect a lot of it in our own district. So all of these are variables. So again, not speaking on behalf of 5, but it's not a black and white question yet. We need a plan together. This is not the chiefs in one side and the commissioners in the other. It is got to be like this, and we're not there. Is that a fair statement, commissioners?
Well, but let's remember, you asked the exact question last year. What do you need engine-wise to do your job?
Correct.
And they said they need 2 engines. We bought the Cody engine.
Correct.
We were supposed to get them another engine. And the deal was we can't buy the engine until we get rid of the ladders to fund it.
Fair enough.
So we owe them an engine. I understand the boat issue that came down the road.
Yep.
We committed to 2 engines and we've only given them 1.
I agree. But as we know, it's not as right now we have that number thing, and we just got to talk about it. That's all. But we're not, Chief, we're not going to leave you hanging. We got to talk about it and immediately talk about it.
Okay, I appreciate it. You actually have answered my question. So there is process moving forward at some point about a replacement. And that's a good answer for me right now, and we'll talk more later.
Okay. Any comments from the public?
Wait. Brad Pinsky, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Hi, Brad. Welcome to the Northwest Fire District. I appreciate you being on. We look forward to working with you. And now we sold this truck. I got a simple letter from the fire district central in Missouri. Can I formally just reply all to this that we accept your formal offer? And that's
Yeah,
that
so
simple.
You haven't, actually, when that came up, you guys didn't resolve, you talked about it, but there was no vote. So you actually need a vote to agree, to sell this one, I think, unless I'm wrong, but I don't remember that there was a vote on it.
We
No,
did.
there was.
You did? Oh, okay. There's one thing you did, which I can't remember what it was, but I keep thinking I should have written down. You talked about it, but you didn't vote on it. So maybe it wasn't that. But yes, if you've approved it, then, you sell it. You just don't, you commit to it. What I'll do is I'll give you a bill of sale, just a 1 page when you, it's a 1-page document and you'll just sell it as is.
All right. I'll CC you on this email I'm sending. I'm CCing the commissioners and you, Brad, on this email.
Okay. I just need the VIN number and the model and the make, and then I'll send you a bill of sale.
Joanne, can you get that for us? You get them as quick as anybody. Can you email at me tomorrow? You're on. There you go.
What do you need?
The VIN number and everything off of ladder 3.
Yeah, just the
Okay.
VIN, model, and make.
Thanks.
VIN, model, make. Yes, I'll email it to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Probably have it out of the referendum to get rid of it as surplus.
Probably.
You might.
I can probably send it over to you in 5 minutes from Red NMX.
That works.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thanks, Brad. I'm done.
Okay. Any comments from the public? All right, I will say that's a no. Our next monthly workshop will be Tuesday, February 23rd. We will still host a Zoom call for the public, but I guess we'll meet in person for the commissioners and chiefs. The next monthly meeting will be Tuesday, March 9th. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting at 8:18. Do I have a second?
Becky, can we have a quick 3-minute, 4-minute executive session, please? Can we do that? Is that legal? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can do that. If you can get rid of the others, then you can do that. You just need to state the purpose of it.
All right. I need to discuss a personnel matter. I'd like Chief D and Sean Dunlop and Bill Hopper to stay on, as well as the commissioners.
Second for the adjournment.
I'll second the adjournment.
I have one quick question before we all go. How do I get the bills back so I can pay them?
We'll bring them back out to you, Joanne, just like we did last time.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Good night.